All right, new year, new unit. We are going to be starting on Unit 11, and it is called Average and Rate. The first chapter that we're going to work on is called Average. New year, new math unit. The math unit we're going to be working on for the remainder of distant learning is Unit 11. And Unit 11 is talking about the average and rate. So in Chapter 1, so 11.1, we're going to be learning about average. And in Unit 11, Chapter 2, we're going to be talking about rate. The objectives today will be to understand average, to find the average of a set of data or different components, and find the average when given the total and the number of items. So average, this is for today. The objectives are to understand what average is, to find the average of a set of data, to find the average when given the total and the number of items. So those are our objectives. Vocabulary that we're going to be learning: total, or you probably already know it. Total means all together, and average means to divide evenly. I would add one more piece of vocabulary, which would be sum, and that's adding all together. So sum I would add to that as well. So total, average, and sum. Vocabulary that we need to know: total just means all together. What's the total amount of rainfall? What's the total amount of students in our school? What's the total amount of siblings you have? And average is just to divide evenly. Average. What is the average rainfall we get in a year? What is the average amount of siblings that we have with all of our students? And then sum. Sum is just adding things together. If I said the difference, you would subtract. But we're working on the sum. So we're going to find averages. And now I have 3 bags of oranges. In the first bag, I have 4 oranges. In the second bag, I have 9 oranges. And in the third bag, I have 5. To find the average, what I want to do is I want to make sure that every bag has them evenly. Okay, so we can take some out of some and put them in different ones. So I noticed that this bag number 1, has the least. So why don't I take one of the oranges from the second bag? And now I have 5, 8, and 5. We need to make them evenly. So let's take out another orange and add it to this one. And let's take out an orange and add it to this one. Now let's see where they are. Now I have 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. Now they are evenly distributed. So I just moved some around to make sure that they are averaged. So basically what I did was I added the different numbers 4 plus 9 plus 5 to get a total of 18. Then I divided by the amount of bags. Bag 1, bag 2, bag 3. So there were 18 total. Divide them evenly amongst 3 bags, and you get 6. 6 is the average in the 3 bags. Let's try another one together. We have, I don't even know what these are, but maybe some beads. We have 1 strand of beads, 2 strands, 3, and 4. So we have 4 total strands or pieces. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure we know that there are 7, 3, 4, and 6. What we're going to do is just add them. And that gives me 20. Now to find the average, instead of taking the beads off and placing them here and there, what we're going to do is just divide by the amount of strands. Divide by 4. So 20 divided by 4, which is right here, and we know that that equals 5. The average is 5. So first we add the total amount to get the sum, and then we divide by how many different pieces or different strands. There were 4 strands. So 20 divided by 4 equals 5. All right, let's look at another one. This picture graph shows the number of fish caught by 3 boys. On the average, how many fish did each boy catch? So first we are going to add, then we are going to divide, and we get the answer. So Andy had 5, Christian had 7, and Jamal had 3. So 5 plus 7 plus 3 is 15. What I like to do, a trick, I like to pull out 10. So I knew that 7 and 3 was 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. That's just one little trick. The 3 boys caught 15 fish altogether. So now we have to divide by the amount of kids. 15 divided by 3, and that equals 5. So on average, each boy caught 5 fish. Now every kid didn't catch 5. Only Andy caught 5. But on average, evenly, dividing them evenly, they all caught 5. Let's look at another one. Sally collected 36 stamps. Mary collected 38 stamps, and Lillian collected 40 stamps. What is the average number of stamps each girl collected? So we need to first add them. 36 plus 38 plus 40. And my trick doesn't work so much, but so I'm just going to write them down like this. 36, 38, 14, 7, 74. Now I have to add 40 more because I added these 2, and last but not least, I had that. So 114 total. Now to find the average, there were 3 different people, so 114 divided by 3. 3 goes into 11 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract that. 2, bring down the 4. 3 goes into 24 8 times. The average is 38. Okay, I want you to do this one on your own. Find 4A and 4B. What is the total length of 5 strings? And what is their average length? Go ahead and record this in your tasks. And come back to find how to do that. Two, 4. So here's what you should have gotten. 1.4 plus 1.8 plus 2 plus 2.6 plus 3.1 equals 11. And I always want to add the measurement or the units, meters. So that's for A, 11 meters. B, if I take the 11 meters and divide them by 5, I get 2.2 meters. So there's your answer. Again, try this on your own. The table shows the points Ron scored. What is the total score for the 4 tests? How am I going to find the total? And what is the average? So how many tests were there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we add them all up, this is going to be the total. Go ahead and do that. And then you are going to divide by 4 for the average. So total is 310. And if I divide that by 4, I am going to get 77.5. Does that look reasonable? 68, 76, 78, 88. Yep, it's about reasonable. So the average score is 77.5. And finally, now try the last one. A taxi driver traveled a total distance of 1,659 kilometers. So they already found the total for you in 7 days. Find the average. So you're just going to divide 1,659 divided by 7. And go ahead and do that. Pause. You should have gotten 237 kilometers. Don't forget to put the units. Good job. And what you've been waiting for, your homework is exercise 1. Good luck.